Hi everybody, this is Terry. It's been such a long time since I recorded my last video. I think when I looked at it this morning, it told me that the last time that I uploaded a video was a year ago. So I apologize. I guess I've just been thinking about some ways to, continue with my videos, but I wasn't sure which direction I was gonna go. Since the last time I did a video, we went on a few trips. I think around April is when I started doing some landscape, and I guess you can call it some hardscape as well. So I've just been so passionate about it and so into it that that's usually what I spend most of my time doing on my off days. So, um, I don't know. And I have been growing out my hair still, so I know a few of you have been wondering that. So, let me show you what my hair looks like now. Well, you do you do see what it looks like now, but let me see if I can go a little bit further. So, that's what it looks like. It is it is down to my below my belly button now, um, to be more specific. I don't know if you guys are interested in my gardening adventure. I'm new to the gardening adventure. I'm still learning. All I know is that I know when something is off or not symmetrical. I know what looks good and all that, so I have that going for me. Um, Everything else, I just been doing a lot of YouTube, watching a lot of YouTube videos on gardening, and just looking at other people's garden and how they place their plants. My plants are less than either a year old or less than a year old, so they're not growing quite the size that they should be yet. So I don't know how they're gonna look. And I know I watch other people's videos, but to me is I don't really know what it's gonna look like in my own garden until the plants are mature, so I can kind of see the sizes and how they should be placed. And I know I read the labels, and it tells me, like what size they can get up to, but still, it's I just need to physically or visually see all that to determine for myself. So a lot of my plants, again, they're very new. They're at most a year old. So I don't know if you're interested. I can go ahead and show you what I have so far. Now I have weeds and garden hoses are kind of like everywhere. So this is not at all like polished, but you can see what it looks like now. And I'm going to show you the backyard too, which is very, very not done right now, just because um, we're working. That's our project for this year, and there's still a lot of planning going on. So I'll walk you through it, and you can see it's pretty much like a blank slate. So um, I'm excited just to see what it's going to look like in 5 years. So that's my goal, to have it look somewhat, the front and backyard, somewhat like a mature garden area. So I have a long way to go, but I think that by 5 years I should see some good progress. And I kind of look at it like my hair journey. When I first started growing out my hair, I, you know, I didn't know what it was gonna look like and all that. And then also, when you're growing out your hair for the first time, you don't serve as an inspiration to anybody because, you know, you're just finding your way as well. And then people don't see a lot of growth, so there's really nothing to get inspired by. So I'm hoping that by doing this gardening thing, which is kind of like my hair, that right now it looks very new, and so you don't see a lot of progress. It doesn't. It may it may not look as nice, but I hope that as each year goes by, we'll see, or you will see the progress of it, and I hope it will inspire some of you to start your own garden if you have not done that or you have been thinking about it. Um, Hopefully, by going it through with me, it'll inspire you to get started again. And then also, if you are a gardener already, if you would like to offer your suggestions or tips, I would love that. So, anyway, I'm rambling on again, so let's go ahead and get started. You're probably not going to see my face, so maybe that's a good thing. So I'm just gonna flip the camera around so you can see the landscape. So this is the front of the house. The house sits on, I believe, like an over 4 acre lot. So we have a big space. That's why it takes a while to get everything um, going. And these evergreens were planted this year, and I love our Japanese maple tree that's been here when we bought the house. Um, I believe 7 years ago. Well, actually, no. Yeah, going on 7 years. And that a Japanese maple tree that I planted last year, that one is some kind like an admiral. Um, oh, I can't remember it. I'm sorry. If I remember, I'll let you know. And I'm pretty much not going to go over everything because it's going to take too long, but I just wanted to highlight some of the plants. So that's what it looks like. So it turns out nice. I love the gravel that we did. Not so much to walk on, but I just like a nicer space. I like grass, but I just think we have too much grass over here, and I wanted a space where there's not a lot of grass. So that's why wanted to do something where I can just come out and walk um, around the house. And we get a lot of rain here. Before I forget, I want to tell you that we plant in a 7B zone. So and then we get a lot of rain, so we really don't have to worry about not getting enough water over here. So you go for a few days and you get rain. Like we got rain the last 2 days. That climbing plant is a Carolina jasmine. So I love this area the most because I don't know, it just feels good when I'm walking through it. The two plants in the container, the two containers are the clematis, and I got these last year and they're looking gorgeous this year. So we're gonna walk through. So it's pretty much bare, but the most important thing for me is designing the garden area, and then also I like to place trees in there first to get that going, to get a little shade and all that, and then I can plant flowers, and then or perennial shrubs or something like that, and then eventually do annuals. So right now I have like a few annuals that are growing in the container up front. And I decided to make this fun little area here, kind of like a beach setting. I put in some, um, what do you call it? Some sand. Sorry. Sand and some gravel that I had left over from last year. So then I created this walking stair thing. So I think it'll do for now. So anyway, so we have a little bit of a hill over here, and I think next year this is going to be my rose garden area. It gets a lot of sun right now. It's in the morning, about I think 9 o'clock or so. So pretty soon you're going to get a lot of sun. So, all right, so this is the side of the house, kind of like the back of the house, I guess, but this is the more of the side. And we have some roses here. They got really tall a few years ago, and my husband decided to, deadhead it, to decide to deadhead them, and then they came back. So we're just gonna leave them here. I wanted to make them to trees, but I think that's why I just let them grow. I didn't do anything. And so this year I'm just gonna let them grow and then prune them back each year so they don't get all crazy. And I haven't mulched this area yet because I'm experimenting with something. I'm going to see how bad the weeds get if I don't um, mulch or do anything to that. And this is the area that I mulch. I didn't use any landscape fabric or anything like that. And I wanted to see what it looks like with mulching, with nothing on the bottom versus just plain dirt. All right, so this is the playground area. I really want to do something fun to that area, so not sure what I would do yet. That's our burn pile. Oh, the plant that I did know the name of earlier is the azalea, the Admiral azalea. But these are the azaleas that we got when we got the house. So I'm not sure what variety that they are. And so this is our little project. So we, I guess, cut this area down, and we're gonna make a walkway out of it and do a little bit of planting. But we've been slacking, so I've been working in the front yard. I told myself wasn't gonna do the front yard, but I did. I decided to put some more work in there, so I've been neglecting this area. Um, so see our messy porch right now. This is a David Austin rose. I think it's called a poet's wife. So I finally got one and I was so excited. And then the back is a climbing rose. There's our messy porch that I'm gonna turn into a nice seating area later. And I got climbing clematis still over there. So you can see that the hose is everywhere. Wheelbarrow, whatever. This is a, this one is a, they call like a Japanese, oh my gosh, I can't remember now, persimmon. So I'm excited about that, to see the tree take off. This is their second year here. The first year wasn't doing so well. The leaves got eaten by, I don't know, bugs or something. So I put it in a pot and it survived. So actually it's pretty hardy. So I'm hoping this year by putting in the ground it will take off. And that's a weeping cherry tree that I tried to kill when we first moved here, and it didn't let me take the root out, so it's kind of bending. So, Anyway, and that's another Japanese, I think it's a kind of like a weeping Japanese maple. So I think I'm gonna be moving it to another location. So right there is where I'm gonna move it to. I think where it is a little too close. Um, and I guess that's it. And then I'm planting some borders or whatever over there. So you have some those right now, and those are called. Let me think. They're sunshine plants, ligustrum. Anyway, they're resilient. They grow through anything. I probably moved those guys a few times now, and they still look gorgeous. I got fruit trees way back there, so that is a loquat tree right there. So they're gonna serve as my border, but you can see we have really tall trees that already serve as our border, and that is a pomegranate tree. I can walk down a little bit for you. So you can see there's a lot of space. When I think about it, sometimes it gets overwhelming. So I just have to tell myself to focus in one area at a time. So that's a pomegranate tree right there. And then a Japanese magnolia tree. And this is gorgeous. It gives off a pinkish yellow flower. And that one is another Japanese magnolia. It has pinkish purplish flower, so it's already bloomed for this year. So I'm gonna back up and pan around so you can see what it looks like. All right, so that is our backyard area. You can see it's still very new and very open, and to me it looks kind of overwhelming right now because there's a lot to be done. And I'm hopeful that in 5 years it'll look so much better, meaning that we'll have less grass and more plants, more walking pathways. So I'm excited about creating a lot of little pathways. And then after that, I think I'm going to work on the woody area a little bit more, make it like a woodland garden, not doing too much to it, but just clean it up a little bit. So our plan, my plan, because my husband doesn't care too much about gardening and all that. So this is all me wanting to do all this, and he's always supportive with that. So anyway, the lowest part of the yard is right around there. So I would like, of course, my dream would always to have a Japanese water garden, but I'm not sure if that's possible for our area. And then also it's the maintenance maybe a little bit, not maybe a little, it's going to be a lot higher. So to make it easy, I'm going to have like a dry river or dry creek landscape here. So that's what our hope is, to plan that. And then where these logs are, we're gonna put a bridge there, so it's gonna look awesome with the weeping willow, or I'm sorry, weeping cherry trees right there. So the dry creek area is gonna be coming through there and along there. I don't know how far we're gonna be doing it, but anyway, and it's gonna drain as you get farther back. It's gonna get drained in there. into our French drain. And and then here where this log is, we're gonna do like a little patio thing. We're going to um, I don't know, put some bricks or something over here. So it's gonna look, I think it's gonna look awesome. So that's mainly the big plan, is to turn this area into a little dry creek garden, and then I'm gonna make pathways going up there around to this area right there, and then the pathway going that way, and maybe other pathways going that way. So that's the long-term plan or long-term goal. So I'm excited about that. So I hope you like that quick tour. Actually, it wasn't quick at all. I think I just talked too slow, and there's just a lot to cover. So that's my little garden area or landscape or whatever you want to call it right now. Um, it it is overwhelming looking at the backyard and see um, that it's so bare right now and not sure where it's gonna go. But I have sort of a vision of what I would like to do. So hopefully it's gonna look awesome. Then anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you have been my subscriber for all this time now, I want to thank you so much for holding on and waiting on me to upload another video for you. And also, I know this is a crazy time right now where you can't go to places like you used to. I hope all of you are healthy and safe, and that all your extended family members and relatives are all safe as well. And until next time, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.